Following some of the comments that I've made after my last video, quite rightly, I should have been using a push stick, um, and I can assure you I do use push sticks. In trying to make the video, you tend to do things just for the sake of the video. I actually have a whole host of different push sticks that I use on various table saws, including thin ones, thick ones, fat ones. These feather boards are excellent to keep stock tight against the fence and push down towards the blade so that you have no kickback to you. In the case of my Jim Barnes saw, I actually have a sacrificial hardwood facing on the fence to make sure that I get no damage whatsoever to the aluminum fence. But also it's very useful for clamping feather boards onto it. I have two feather boards, a long one and a short one, and it simply is placed on top of the board that you want to cut, and a clamp tightens on it and keeps it in place. And you can do the same thing on the inside. If we push this up, we can put a feather board on the inside, and that will keep this stock from either going this way or going up. And of course, you simply have a push stick that pushes the stock through. In terms of push sticks, the point was made that you use scrap to make push sticks, and I do. These are very thin ones, and you can see the scarring on it. And this is a little bit thicker. This is again very much thicker and taller. And perhaps the most interesting one is really a sacrificial push stick, which you will actually put on top of a piece of wood, because maybe it's so tight in here that there's no push stick that you can use, and you simply put it over and it gets cut in the process, and it's again made from scrap. And of course we have the traditional store-bought push stick. This came with the Proxxon shaper and ones that I've made up over the years. This one is interesting. It's very thin, and you can see it's been scarred quite a few times. I've used this on my big table saw outside, where I'm cutting very thin pieces like this piece here. We have two feather boards that fit on the Jim Barnes, and they also fit on the Preac. In fact, these fittings are from the Preac and they work perfectly. So we have two of these. This is also a lovely fitting from the Preac, which fortunately it's exactly the same size. If you want pre-cut pieces, it has an adjustable stop here, which you can move up and down or change where it is. And then, having set it, you can do multiple cuts, and you move the fence out of the way, and each of these pieces is identical each time. As I say, it's from the Preac, but it works perfect on the Jim Barnes saw. And I just thought I'd show you this sliding table that I made up for the Preac. I will eventually make one for the Jim Barnes saw. It's a little wooden sliding table, easy to go on and off, and it allows me to have preset 45-degree cuts when you're doing large numbers of them. So again, you make up a simple little jig, place it here, you clamp it in place, and then you can again simply make very easily 45-degree cuts. So I will be making one of these for the Jim Barnes store. And just for the record, I thought I'd just cut one piece to show you that I do use. So here we have some perfectly square stock. And so on. And this is the fat one. A very thin piece, and of course you get little damage on the fat one, but that's the way you cut ultra thin pieces. So there's no question that safety comes first, and forgive my movie making, trying to get things done hurriedly to show you what I'm doing, but using all these tools does take a little bit longer, but it certainly is very much safer, and your fingers will be safe.